Silly me, I'm not paying attention. I have the TV running in the background. That is a major, major no-no on YouTube. Okay? Major no-no. I got the chopper set up. I've already done 3 test shots. And you can see I got 3 little bolts there. So I got it set up and working. It's working the way I would like. I don't have to replace the blade. I don't have to do much of anything. I've got the thing set perfectly. One of the big things about the chopper, for any of you who ever use it, if you're cutting something small like this, you can't cut it all the way in the back. There's a hole back here in the back of the chopper. And that hole, these tiny parts, just go down that hole. Second, it allows the styrene to flex as you're trying to cut it. Whereas putting a little plastic gate on it like this is just a square piece of styrene tubing that I pulled out of the tubing bin. It just fixes the whole thing. So now I got 4 bolts. I don't know how many I need. I'll figure that out pretty quickly and cut off an appropriate number. My biggest problem next is going to be storing them and saving them until I glue them in place, because I'm going to cut off a whole bunch of them real quick. I usually use little project boxes for this. In fact, I am using a project box for my Maschinen kit. I don't want to show it to you guys because I don't want to move stuff too much around on my desktop. Let me zoom back and see if it shows up. I don't think it will. I got the camera too close to the chopper. Okay. Nah, it doesn't. It's over. It's right on the edge. Here. Here, you can see the box. The red one there I usually use for this sort of thing, but it's full of stuff already that I've sorted for this thing. Yeah, you hear some metal parts moving. I got some plans for this that I'm keeping to myself until near contest date. But anyhow, I'll find something to store these in. I've got 4. Somehow I think I need about 40 of them, so I'm going to be at this for a while. Might just stick them on a piece of tape. To me, a tape isn't too sticky. It'll stick on that just fine. So I'll be back in a little bit. I'm going to have some chopper fun. Okay, everyone, this is the 4th take. I don't do too many retakes. But you put your styrene in here. I'm trying to keep my fingers out of the way. I let the little chopper come down. A little guillotine action there. Pull my stock back. And I have a perfect part. Right there. I've got 5 of them done so far. Only 45 more to go, because that's what I think. And this is the big one. Now I got to do a whole bunch with the smaller one. So I have small and big bolts. That's going to be fun. Let me explain something about the chopper real quick. The chopper works great. It works great for balsa wood. It works great for styrene. There's one small flaw. There's a hole back here. Now, I know why they put the hole, because the blade falls into that recessed hole. But when you're cutting something this small, they tend to go down that hole. Putting this little piece of square plastic tubing right here in the back has fixed that issue, because now I'm cutting out in front of the blade, and it works great. The other problem you have is this backstop here. You can only adjust it so far without interfering with that hole, but by putting this backstop, it fixes everything. Okay, so if you get a chopper, just give yourself a big piece of tubing and it works great. Okay, now my next problem is I got to figure out where I'm going to store all 40 of these and 40 of the teeny ones. I'm not going to put them on the model because I'm still doing seam filling work, and I can't put them in my project box, because the typical project box I would put them in actually has stuff in it right here. Okay, it's right here. It's a pill box. It actually has stuff in it that I've sorted for this project, and it's in a bigger project box. I was at IKEA the other day, and we were just walking through the organization area, and we found these things. They're kind of big project boxes, in my opinion, compartmentalized, so I have plenty of places to put stuff. Okay? I'll figure it out. I'll probably just stick them to some tape, some Tamiya tape. I'll be able to pull them off that just fine. And then tape the Tamiya tape to the inside of this project box. This is made from plastic that doesn't take paint very well. So it's all good. I'm going to start chopping little tiny bolts. This is the big hex material. When I'm done with it, I'm going to get one of these small ones out and chop off a whole bunch of small ones. That's going to be even more fun, because they are tiny. Okay, they're 0.5 millimeter. This is 1 millimeter, which is still small any way you look at it. But look at the scale of this thing. If you look, those are perfect in scale. I can replace... Here, let me zoom back in so you guys can see it a little bit better. Here's one of the legs. That's probably enough. Right there, here, let's zoom in just a little bit more. Right here, we have the holes I'm talking about. Okay? Now, if I were to take one of these pieces, I'm going to get one of my tweezers out. And again, one thing you do is you always buy nice tweezers. If I take one of these pieces and put it where I would like it, if it will go. Well, it's close enough. You can see that is going to look a lot better than what's there. It's going to look like a bolt instead of just a hole in the plastic. And I'm going to put this around everywhere and put these everywhere. Everywhere I think there should be one. So that's why I got to get going on it. I will be back in a little bit. Okay? Still got to figure out the dilemma with this. I'm going to get out the chemistry set and start experimenting soon. I'll let you know the end results, because some of you would probably like to know what damages polycap material. You're going to be building Bandai Stormtroopers and C-3POs and all sorts of other stuff that has that material in them. You might want to paint it one day. You might want to mold it or something. Who knows? So I'll let you know what my results are. Talk to you guys later. I'm on the low-carb diet now, so I'm drinking water. Yeah. Went to the doctor and it wasn't good. High cholesterol. Borderline cholesterol, not high. Borderline high blood pressure. Borderline diabetic. Low-carb diet. All that's went away. I've lost 15 pounds. It's good. Just can't eat crackers anymore. Can't eat chocolate. Well, that's not true. Dark chocolate has very low carbs. So I can't have some dark chocolate occasionally. Okay? So you guys be good. I'll be back later. And say hello to Darth Vader on my shirt. And the wife got me a nice present for our anniversary. She got me a Darth Vader shirt that's a playing card. I'll talk to you guys later. Alright, I don't even know if you guys can see it, but there's the 0.5 millimeter right there with the proper thickness. I've looked at this under extreme magnification. It jumped on me. Let me get that off, because that's not. Let me get that off, because that's not. I don't even know what that is. That's a dead bug shell. Yummy. There it is right here. Okay? Again, I've looked at it under extreme magnification. It looks just fine. 0.5 millimeter bolt head. Yeah, some more good eyes will be able to see it. I can't. Not without lots of cheaters. And what I mean by lots of cheaters, I mean one of these. Without using an optivisor, I can't see it. I just see a little white dot. So I got this set and ready to go. I'm not cutting them tonight for various reasons. I did get 50 of the others. Don't think I need 50. But I don't want to have to go through and try to reset this thing back to the right size. So I cut 50 of them and I'm done with that. Right now I am cutting none other than this one prototype. And it is on my tape, safe and sound. I'm quitting for the night. That's as far as I'm getting. I'm going to talk to the wife about what I've done, let her see, because she's my harshest critic. She gets approval on everything. Okay? So I will be back in a little while and let you guys know what I found.
Okay, your eyes are not deceiving you. That is a piece of tape full of little white dots. I'm trying to zoom in so we can see the shape of these dots. We're probably at the edge of what this camera can do. Right there, that's probably as close as I can get. Okay, an idea for scale. That is a normal file. I shouldn't have done that. Rake that across there. In comes my finger. So there's an idea of scale. They are hex bolt cross shaped. Let me give you the dimensions on them. I had to reach to the floor because somehow the package got on the floor. They are 0.5 millimeters hex-shaped styrene. Okay, now they're not all completely hex-shaped from the looks of this angle here. Okay, but if they're arranged correctly, they do have a hex-shaped cross-section. You can see it on that one I was playing with. They're a little too thick for scale, but it's really hard at this size to judge that without extreme magnification. And again, you can see my tweezers here. These pieces are really small, so they're going to be a little thick for scale, I'm afraid to say. But you can see they're hex-shaped, all right. I'm going to use them on parts like this to outline. Ooh, we got bugs hitting the windows. It's late at night. To outline different plates. So essentially, let me see if I can find one that's correct, like that one. Essentially, what I'm going to be doing is gluing that on there like that. So it will give it a bolty feel. Okay. Now these aren't the only ones I have. These are the small ones. I have some larger ones cut too. The larger ones look better, but they are for plates like this one. The small ones won't look right there. Now the small ones, there's too much putty on this one. Let me find one without quite so much putty. I haven't sanded down yet. Here's one. Now, see these little gaps right here? These are marks where bolts, you can see the bolts are there. Okay? My thought was to take one of these little guys, and of course it's not going to cooperate right now, but it's going to take a little bit of effort, but one of those stuck in there, right there, would look good, because it's going to give it just a little bit of feel that it doesn't currently have. Okay? Let's also keep in mind, I'm doing this spontaneously on camera, and it's not going to cooperate the way you would like it to. But you get the idea by looking at it, what I am attempting. Okay? And I'll do it with better magnification and a better arrangement than what I'm doing here. Alright? So let me put that little white guy away before I lose him. But you guys get the idea what I'm going to attempt to do. It's going to be fun. I might have to do it the way I'm doing it there by looking through the camera, because I don't know if my eyes are good enough. The camera does a good magnification. Oh, bam! Bam goes the camera. Alright, well anyhow, I'm done with this for the night. I'm going to go get to work on sleeping, because I have to work tomorrow. I will talk to all of you later. Okay? And I'm going to see if I lost any of my little things. Yep, there's one out of place right there. I'm going to put this away so Mr. Thunderpaws, who is in the room, does not eat my work. Okay? So you guys have a good one. I will talk to you later.